a fresh analysis to kickstart our Friday's trading, last day of the week, last trading day of the week. And as of now, I am currently monitoring this 15-minute IFVG. Okay, it's 15-minute IFVG. So in the 5-minute, of course, you do have your OB, your bullish OB right here. This group of bearish candles serve as my OB, where I'm looking for a retest and a fire off, targeting where? Targeting the Asian highs right here. Okay, now before I get into the conditions or the confirmations that I use to indicate this level as my POI, let's quickly do a multi-time frame analysis. So on the daily, we do not have, it's not doing much of anything, to be honest. So on the daily, not doing much of anything. This is largely due to uncertainty in the market. Okay, this is a major play. Uncertainty in the market is resulting into indecision candles on the daily. Long wicks, small body, long wicks, small body, long wicks, small body. Very uncertain market. Okay, markets are not allowed to trend, and it is causing investors to be very skeptical, okay, about committing towards either direction. This is due to a lot of macro plays involved, geopolitical plays involved. Of course, you have the US-Iran war. Of course, you have the Russia-Ukrainian war, which is showing up these days. Okay, and of course, the US-Iran war is the biggest player right as of now, resulting into an oil crisis as also, which ultimately results to inflation numbers going up and up and up. Okay, now we do have inflation numbers coming out tonight, CPI numbers coming out tonight, and the US economy or the price of gold is highly dependent on the interest rates that the US economy pushes out. Okay, so the interest rates is also heavily linked to the current inflation number. That said, if CPI numbers if CPI numbers tonight come out higher than expected, we are anticipating future inflation numbers to go up. And when that is the case, we then see interest rates, 10-year treasury start to go up, overnight rates, possibilities of a rate hike. But as of now, FOMC minutes, which we got a couple days ago, is leaning towards a more dovish stance, and that's why we see the uptick on gold. Okay, we see the uptick on gold is due to the dovish stance of the Fed, indicating that they are open to the possibility of continuing to cut rates this year, at least one. Okay, but if inflation numbers continue to go up, I doubt they will do so, and they might even possibly hike up the overnight rate, okay, the short-term rate. So with that said, we are in a session of uncertainty. Okay, uncertain. Macro play, some bearish, some bullish. Geopolitical play, very mixed signals. So the only thing we can do now is to trade with price action. Okay, the old trusty price action. So going down lower into the 4-hour. Sorry, this is the 3-hour. 4-hour. The 4-hour candles look something like this. Not doing anything at all. Also, okay, yesterday's range was just insignificant. Okay, why it is insignificant? Because it failed to trade above highs and for us to form a new leg. Okay, so it failed to create a new high, and that is why it is somewhat insignificant. Okay, but if we're looking at the big picture, we are forming higher highs. So trading with the trend, we are expected to form a new high. Okay, going into the 1 hour, of course, we form the 1 hour internal change of character. The 1 hour was always bullish, but we were in a bearish downtrend internally. We flipped, forming the bullish 1 hour internal change of character right here. Okay, that's the 1 hour internal change of character. And we've retested the 0.618, the 50%, and the New York AM lows with the 10 AM candle. The Asian 10 AM candle, we tested multiple lows, the 50% of the move, and also the 0.618 of the move, and rejected higher. Okay, that is one of the main reasons why I am looking for buys, because external liquidity, the New York AM low, and the 0.618 of the Fibonacci has been raided. We have raided these levels of both internal and external liquidity. We have taken out the 15-minute bearish fair value gap. Of course, this right here is a bearish OB, the 15-minute bearish OB, but I plan to trade through it. I plan to trade through it, closing above the Asian highs for me to run higher. Okay, so a displacement against the Asian highs, take buys off of, a retest in towards the 15-minute fair value gap to take buys off of, or even the breaker block level. Okay, or even the breaker block level. So for me, that's about it. If we are to look at invalidation points will be a continued break of this level right here, this swing low right here on the breaker block. Okay, this would mean that levels tested once, twice, and the third time did not hold. We might look for price to continue ranging down previous day's low, but it being the market being a nature, the nature of the market being very, very indecisive, or very mixed, or very neutral, there is a possibility where we would just range off of previous day's range as well. Okay, so that is the current play for now. If we are looking in towards a short-term Asian play, as of now, I am monitoring this OB right here. If we enter this OB, we get some 1 minute confirmation, like a 1 minute IVG or a change of character. We will then execute buys. Okay, a change of character, an IVG or somewhat of that nature on the 1 minute, we would then execute running buys in towards the Asian high. Okay, so that's the plan for now. Let's not look too far ahead. Let's just consider this OB right here, 5 minute OB. Okay, with that, I have nothing much to add on this session. I hope all of us have a very, very profitable day ahead, and I'll see everybody inside Team Market Makers very, very shortly. Take care.